Alright, today's video is going to cover graphing linear relationship word problems, and with this video I'm going to go ahead and have you pause the video, read the problem, and then we'll go ahead and start attacking it. That way we can save some time. So with this problem and all problems, we're trying to find two coordinate points, and we want to use the context to be able to plot those 2 points. And normally it'll give you one coordinate point, and then it'll ask you, we'll have to use this equation y equals mx plus b to find the second one. So it tells us that the plane's descending at 0.2 kilometers per minute, which is the rate, and we know that it hits the ground at 15 minutes. So that's actually the coordinate point that it gives us. The ground is right here where there's zero elevation. That's what the ground would be. And we know that the plane's touching down at 15 minutes, so we can drag this in between 14 and 16 would be 15. So that coordinate point is graphed. And then we can actually use that coordinate point and the slope to graph the y-intercept. If we know b, we can put this last dot somewhere on the y-axis. So let's go ahead and find out what b is. The way we do that is just pretty much by substituting the information we know. So we know that m is 0.2 times x plus b. And then if we can change out y and x with numbers, then the only variable will be left will be b. We can use decimals to solve, and we can actually do that with the coordinate point that it already gave us, which was the x-intercept, 15, 0. We can put 15 in because it's an x value, and we can put 0 in for y because it's a y value. So the equation would look like 0 equals 0.2 times 15 plus b. I'm going to go ahead and pull up the Desmos. Lets me, I'm going to type this in, 0 equals 0.2 times 15 plus b, and you can see it's not giving me a slider, and actually the slope is negative because it's going down, so I should make that adjustment right now. Descending, sorry. It's not giving me a line, so we gotta just change b to x, and zoom in, 3. So we know that this equation solves to b equals 3, which means that our y-intercept is 3. So we'll put 3 for the y. It's right there. Boom. Graph it. And move on to question number 2. So pause the video and try to create a diagram and figure out what those two numbers represent. Okay, so hopefully you deduced that this guy's sleeping, and when he falls asleep his beard's at 8 millimeters, and then every 2 weeks it grows an additional 2 millimeters. So that 8 millimeters is actually the initial value, which we know the initial value is b. So this problem actually gives us the y-intercept right away. When he falls asleep his beard is 8 millimeters long. We can go ahead and drop that point on the y right there. And then we've got the slope, or we've got the rate at which his beard is growing. We know it's growing, so we know that it's going up. If we put in the information that we have into the equation y equals mx plus b, we can put in y equals 2x plus 8. And then I just need to figure out another coordinate point. And so what I can actually do here is I can choose a number for x. I can put that number in, so I'll just choose one of these x values, and then see if it gives me a y value that I can graph, and then that will be our coordinate point. So essentially we're choosing an x value to try out. So let's go ahead and choose 8. I want to know what the y is when x is 8, so I'm going to put in 8 for x. I'm simplify, so 2 times 8, 16, 16 plus 8, 24. So the y value would equal 24. Let's see if we can graph 8, 24. 8 up to 24, and we can. If I couldn't, then I would just try a different x value to see if it gave me a y value that we could graph. And that's example number 2. I'll do one more example. This will be a 3-example video. So go ahead and pause the video, try to diagram it, try to figure out what those numbers represent. So this agent is breaking in, essentially breaching the CIA, and he brings in this flash drive, and this flash drive has 60 megabytes already on it. 60 MBs already on it. And then the the speed or the rate that the information is downloading onto the drive is at 4 megabytes per second. So it gives us an initial value and it gives us the rate. We know the initial value is b, so our equation here is y equals m, which is 4x, b, which is 60. Let's go ahead and graph that right away. B is 60, which goes right there. And then let's just go ahead and choose an x value and see if we can graph that y value. So I'm going to choose the x value 10. So again, this is the coordinate point strategy. Choosing x for 10, I'm trying to figure out what the y value can be graphed. So 4 times 10 plus 60, and I should use decimals for this, but I'm just showing you the math. that's 40. 4 times 10 is 40, plus 60 is 100. So that y value would be 10 and 100. Let's see if we can graph that. And 100 would be right between 80 and 120 perfectly, just like that. And that's how you do graphing linear relationship word problems. Good luck.